Hello, beloved. Hello, my dears. Hello, my loves. How are you doing? What's up? What's going on? What's cooking? What's new? What's what? I have a teetering table here, so I hope it works. Anyway, do you like my new look? I love it. It's like the easiest thing. I wake up in the morning and I just run. I don't even need to look in the mirror. Of course, I look in the mirror, not at my hair. Anyhow, so today I'm going to share with you something about awareness. Now, I don't have a definition for you on awareness. I don't have, I know, like being aware is becoming conscious of something. That's awareness. You become conscious of something. Now, there are two forms of awareness that I have realized. The first one being, uh, you can become aware of something that is within you, that's on you, that has something to do with you. You become aware of it and you make decisions to either change it or to enhance it or to you do something about it when you learn about something about you. So you become aware of something about you. Then there is the other form of awareness where you hear about something and you think that it doesn't concern you. So you hear about it and you're like, I'm not in that category, bye, and you run. Um, and that's the awareness I'm going to focus on now because most of us, with the first form of awareness, when we become aware or conscious of something that's happening in our lives, something that's in us, we do something about it. Either we make a move, um, or we make a move either by doing something or doing nothing. Either way, we make a move. But with the second form of awareness, this is where I find for many of us, where we ignore the unconscious parts of ourselves because we don't see or we don't become aware of what's going on. So, I don't know, my lighting is weird, but I'll just keep going. I don't know. It's the sun, me in a shade, whatever. Anyhow, that form of awareness where you hear about something, but you shake it off and thinking it has nothing to do with you, and you're like, whatever. That has nothing to do with me. It doesn't resonate with me, and you say bye. Now, one of the things with spirit does not bring something into your awareness unless it has something to do with you. And that's where we miss things. Every time, part of awareness should being on alert, being your antenna are out for the things that happen in your environment, things that come around um, in your energy space. You feel that, and when something comes, either you're reading it, you come across it, you read it, or you hear about it, or you see it. There is a reason it's coming to your space, and it's coming to your space for you to give it some form of attention. You could push it to the side, which is fine, but it will come back. And when it comes back, you're like, oh, yeah, so and so had said something about, I think I read something about that. Oh, someone mentioned something like that to me a while ago. And that is evidence for you that that's something that you are meant to be paying attention to. Now, a lot of people, when they hear about things, particularly in this day and era of a lot of self-improvement, personal development, healing, and all that stuff, they hear things and they're like, I'm good. But there is a reason why that thing has come into your awareness, why it has come into your environment. It's for you to pay attention to it. You are meant to pay attention to it. You are not meant to ignore it. If you can ignore it, you have a choice, of course, to ignore it, but because it's meant for you, it will come back in one form or another. Sometimes I've had situations, it's kind of like when you tell a little kid not to jump on something and they keep jumping and jumping until um, they fall. And you're like, see, I told you. So sometimes we get pushed and pushed and pushed, and we pretend like we're not hearing something, we are not saying something, and eventually, something massive happens, and then we're like, oh my God, yeah, I kind of knew about that. I saw somebody mention something like that, and I ignored it. So if something comes into your awareness, it is there for a reason. It is something that you cannot ignore. So there is those conscious parts that we recognize within ourselves. And we say, oh, somebody has mentioned that I have ABC, that I may have ABCD, and you do the investigation, and then you find you do have the ABC. And then someone else mentions something and you don't feel like it resonates with you. My suggestion is the thing that you feel does not resonate with you, take time, like write it down. Write it down. You have a phone, you can write it in your phone, and when you have time later, investigate it. And then find out why it has come into your awareness, why it has come into your consciousness. It's been there, it's been brought to you for a reason. So that is one thing that I encourage you to do, because so many of us ignore things that are supposed to be good for us. So many of us, brush off things that are meant to help us. And usually, this is one, I think I wrote about this on my wall. When things come into our awareness, or when things are told to us at a time, most times those things are given to us. That information is given to us by spirit because something is coming in the future, and we shall need this information to help us in the future. So when something comes into your awareness and you feel it doesn't resonate, just know it has come in there to prepare you for something that will be coming in future. So if you ignore it, something happens to you in the future, and you um, sometimes you're thrown off, your life goes crazy, you don't know how to handle things, you lose your mind, all because you ignored the skill, the knowledge, the something that you needed that would be helping you in future. You don't necessarily have to go deep into it and so on, but just know, if something comes into your awareness, it's come for a reason. So the things that you ignore are as important, if not um, more important than the things that you're not ignoring. And I'll briefly talk about healing work, because this is work that I do. um, when we talk about healing work, a lot of people say, what do I need to heal? I don't need to heal anything, I'm not sick. And people don't realize that healing is something that goes, um, not, when we heal, what do we heal? We heal wounds, we heal trauma, we heal things that have thrown us out of pattern. And some of these things happened in the past. They happen with our ancestors, they happen with those who came before us. And when we are called to heal, sometimes we heal things after we've had an incident happen in our lives. It could be tragic, it could be traumatic, or it could be just something, and our relationship breaks down or something, and then we say, you know what, I need to investigate why this is happening, and then you go ahead. But sometimes you feel there is nothing. You think that your life is going smooth, everything is going well, all because you are operating within a system that you're used to, in a wounded system that you're used to. And when you're sitting in it, sometimes you don't know that you're sitting in it. Everything looks perfect, everything looks smooth, because that's where you are. But if you've never done any work to investigate, any ancestral patterns that don't belong in your energy system and so on, it's very easy to dismiss and ignore and say, I don't need that. But actually, you do. And yeah, so that's another thing to think about for because I do. I'm a healer, so um, I encourage people, if you feel that there is nothing there, maybe there is nothing that has come up, but if information again is coming into your awareness, information is coming into your path, there might be nothing now, but something might come later. And so taking that time to familiarize yourself with information helps you when that hard time comes and hits, and then you're ready because you are prepared. So, yeah, that is what I have for you today, and I hope it helps somebody. Dr. Miriam here in the Break Free Zone. Goodbye.